when we talk about the task at hand in Zimbabwe, the first thing that I would say is that we have a big task ahead of us. I'll speak as a media practitioner because that's what I know best. And I won't pretend to get into politics. Although everyone ropes me into politics the minute I open my mouth and tells me because I'm my father's child, there's no way I can have independent thought or speak as though I am not a beneficiary of a regime that has brought our country to where it is today. Allow me to say that my thoughts here tonight are my own. My passion that made me open up my own passage to be able to continue the conversations that I started, that passion is what I'm speaking in the capacity of tonight. I was at ZFM, my station, your station, a station many of you I'm sure listened to. I left ZFM. Many of you know of different reasons why, but there's one truth. There's one truth, and the bottom line is this. I wanted to be able to continue dialogue, opening up dialogue for Zimbabweans to discuss what we need to discuss amongst ourselves without fear of subjugation. But I did not want to continue in a space where I was going to be told yes or no. Maybe. Do it like this, do it like that. Right? When you work for anybody, those are the rules, regardless of where you work. I'm not saying that because it was ZFM. When you work for somebody, you always work under rules. I'm not saying I'm ungovernable. But I'm saying that I'm passionate about what I do. And there are many interviews I've had to date that I wouldn't have been able to have on my online platform if I worked under somebody. I won't say under ZFM, but under somebody. So I want to look at the media space in a broad perspective, because the media space is huge. The room tonight, everything that's going to happen in these four walls is not going to make it out of these four walls if it's not for the media. All of you are somehow on social media of some kind. Whether you're telling your wife, and you're sending photos of what you're doing. Whether you are already doing citizen journalism and you're quoting quotable quotes from those that are speaking. The point is, this dialogue will not leave this room without the media. And the purpose of this dialogue is exactly that. Correct me if I'm wrong, Luxon.
Correct.
You want this to become a thing. It's supposed to create and open up airwaves for us to talk about the things that we can't ordinarily talk about in normal spaces. Now, I want to address the issue of the 2018 elections. The panel that is here, I'm sure that they're going to speak to that in more detail because they are the politicians. Thankfully, I'm not running for office yet. So timing is everything, and this media space that we're living in right now, there are people like myself who have had to create pockets and spaces where they can continue to do what they need to do. In this country right now, we have the digitization debate going on. The growth of digitization has declined. It was on about 96% last year, now it's gone down, you know, in terms of the rapidity of where it's growing and how it's growing. That's not a problem for you and me. That's a problem for the national broadcaster. What you and I need to do is maximize. I had a big debate with people on Twitter the other day. As we know, Twitter is a space where people love to be so bold and confident. And I was talking about an issue that happened. And I said, no, hang on. There's a police officer that was harassing a citizen. And I'll use the word harassing because that was the word that was used. And they took a video of this and they kept driving. And they shared the video. It went viral, as videos do. Now, as a responsible Zimbabwean, I'm not saying everyone is a media practitioner or a registered journalist who knows how to do the job. What I'm saying is, citizen journalism is running elections. Citizen journalism is deciding who is a valid candidate. So what I'm asking the citizens of Zimbabwe to do is help us in our job. Don't become us, but help us. That report could have been different from that citizen. It could have said, this is happening, Kona Josiah Naningi, and this officer is doing this to this person because what I've gathered from the vendor who's selling is that it's because ... But instead, everyone wants to be quick to become a trend. They want to post something and let their video go viral, and then they're trending. They're more concerned about that, but the actual issue. And this is the task that we have at hand, Zimbabwe. That we all have so much to say, we all have so much capacity to communicate this information, but we don't use it accurately. As a citizen journalist, be responsible, be valuable, be authentic. right? Don't just make noise, and don't live your life for posts and retweets and shares, because it won't get us anywhere. And this is important because one of the reasons why there's such voter apathy in this country is that many people are saying the candidates are not appealing. Or, Jokuti provide proof of residence as a schlep. Or they're saying we don't believe in the electoral process. There's so many reasons. And this discussion tonight is going to be one of many that are going to happen, some that I've conducted on my own platform. I'm not going to stop, because I'm imagining a Zimbabwe where we all go and vote. That if we can vote, we all go and vote. This is important as a media practitioner, because even when we're now reporting the results of the elections, when this happens, it's going to be exciting to quote statistics that are double to what were there in 2013. Those that feel that this country is going to have rigged elections, those that say, the elections are always rigged. Imagine how difficult it is going to be for anybody to rig an election when there's double or triple the voter turnout that they had actually calculated. Let's assume, right? So I don't know what happens behind the scenes. I don't pretend to know. What I do know is that we all have a responsibility as young people. I'm tired of being on social media. That's my constituency. We have gentlemen seated here whose constituency are people that they actually have to touch and feel. They have to go down to the ground. It's important. My constituency right now is online because that's what I've chosen for my space. But we all have a responsibility. We all have a constituency. And Zimbabwe, if we focus on that and understand what our constituency is, we'll be able to call out those that are asking for our vote. And please know that your vote is valuable. And no, I'm not joking. It's really important. Just know what you want, what your future is for you and your children. And me and myself, as every other media practitioner, will cover with as much authenticity and give every single party the amount of time that they need on a platform to speak and engage with all of you. Know what your purpose is and allow the media to do their jobs professionally, and also corroborate our efforts by also giving your contribution as citizens. So I'll allow for the rest of the panel to contribute, and then it's nice to give my opinion for a change. I'll allow for them to contribute, and then we'll chat a bit later on. Thank you.